else on earth.
What the little
But,
things in life? Do you mean the little problems, family problems? What do you mean? What gets you down now?
no, they're just day-to-day things, you know. They're just not what everybody else has to do in life, you know. See, I never learned how to do life on life's terms. When I was 15 years old, I dropped out of life, and you know that's the truth of it. You know, I started using narcotics. So, you know, re-entering life in 1984 was something of a challenge. It was very difficult. You know, I had to relearn a lot of things. I had to learn how to become a dad. And so all these things took hard work. And, you know, I had to relearn how to play drums. I had to relearn a lot of things. I had to relearn how to go in the studio. There's all kinds of things that I had to do all over again, and
There's something
get it right.
there's something really interesting here about the fact that you've had an extraordinary life for a period, and then you struggle to come to terms with the ordinary life.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't do well with ordinary. You know, that's the thing. You know, alcoholics don't do very good with ordinary at all.
Yeah.
You know, we live drunk. That's where it feels most natural for us.
What's ordinary life for you now, Bill? What gives you pleasure now?
Well, ordinary life for me now is first of all being a really good dad, and if I say I'm going to do something, I make sure I do it.
Yeah.
Being a really good friend to friends. I spend a lot of time working on the things that keep me sober. I don't want what I had. I don't want that old life back. I look at narcotics and alcohol now, and I know what that can do to me. So I don't have to live on that street anymore. I'm done. You know, I'm not done for life, but I'm done for today with it. You know.
Yeah, I can understand that. What about you talked about being a good friend, Bill? What's your relationship like with Ozzy?
It's really meaningful, and it's at a depth where we are both critically honest with each other.
Yeah.
So it's a wonderful relationship. We both meet each other now, and in a different place than we would have done, say, when we were 18-year-old kids. You know. So no, I have a deep love for him. Total respect for him, and you know, we don't really talk about music that much when we talk. We talk about you know, working through life and what's going on any given day, really.
Yeah, because you've faced similar problems, really, haven't you?
Yes, we have. Yeah, and but you know, one of the things that still remains is I'm very passionate about music. In my life, every single day there's music, and so, you know, and I know that Ozzy's incredibly passionate too. Our passion hasn't left, you know, or, you know, well, I can't speak for him, but
No.
but for me, you know, well, I know his passion hasn't left because he's on the road. Well, he actually called me this morning. He just got back from Europe, and he actually called me for about 8 o'clock this morning. So you know, that's
Just for a catch up?
Yeah, just checking in, checking in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't spoken for nearly, I think, 3 weeks. I think it's been about 3 weeks since we talked, so that's a long time for us.
And when you sit down, Bill, with Ozzy in your slippers and you're thinking about life and everything, is it the ordinary things you talk about? Because again, the average person has this picture of you guys as some kind of rock gods, and it's funny to think of you sat there talking just about the ordinary things that we all have to face.
Well, we do. I mean, we talk about the kids, you know, and sometimes the frustrations that we feel as parents, and, you know, how to work through those frustrations without becoming, you know, over-the-top angry, or, you know, the things that, you know, avoiding resentments and talking about resentments, you know.
Yeah.
Resentments for an alcoholic can be quite dangerous. They can lead back to wanting to have a drink, you know.
And can be destructive, I could imagine.
Yeah,
what
we're very
about
aware of all that.
What about, Bill? Do you look back and think, right, on the whole, Sabbath was what influence on your life? A positive one, a negative one, a mixture of the two? Something you can't live without?
No, it's just so positive. You know, I look at the band. I even look at them today, and you know, I know that we were a great hard rock band, and more so recently being the last, say, 12 or 13 years. I don't know. There's something about when we play together. It's just like, I think we're all better players now. You know, we've all matured and we've become different. But you know, when we're on stage, I'm just amazed by what we can play in comparison to what we could play, you know, say 30 years ago, you know, 40 years ago. The musician in me is very, very, is always very thirsty. I grow a lot as a musician when I'm working with the guys.
Yeah, and
so for me, it's still a huge passion, and you know, I feel like I'm extremely lucky. I mean, I had one of the best jobs in the world. Really, was to play drums in a hard rock band such as Sabbath, and it's beautiful. You know, it's kept me alive. It's kept me very, very fit. You know, I'm still in relatively good shape. Now I'm 63, so you know, I'm in good shape. And playing drums all the different years that I've played drums has kept me in really good shape. You know.
Well, just one last thing. I don't want to bring back any bad memories, Bill. But I've read tonight. No, I've read tonight that behind the scenes you were the butt of a few jokes, and at one point they set your beard on fire.
Oh, I did a lot more than that. No, and I still am. You know, so it wasn't just back then. It still goes as far as today's concerned.
All right, excellent. What kind of things did they do to you?
Oh, they just set me up, you know, and try to scare me. You know, I mean, I am definitely the centre of attraction as far as all the jokes and everything. You know.
Yeah. Oh, so the beard on fire was just a minor incident.
The beard on fire was a show. That was our public show. That was one that Ozzy and Tony used to. You know, if we checked into a hotel or something, we'd go down to the bar and have a drink, and you know, Tony would come into the bar and you know, pretended to not know who I was, and you know, as if they didn't know we were in the same band or something. You know?
Yeah.
But and he set my beard on fire, and you know, we had things like that. Or Ozzy would set my beard on fire. And it was, but we knew, you know. I mean, I'd put the beard out so we could do it again the next night, you know. So it was just a setup, you know. They used to set me on fire. That got a bit tricky from time to time. We used to do the blanket roll, you know.
No.
Like I'd be set on fire, and as I was burning, you know, Ozzy might come running up. Oh, let's put this guy out, you know. Or Tony would come running up, and Butler would be just, you know, sitting next to me, not saying laughing, not saying a word, you know. So
yeah.
We are pranksters. There's no question about it. I mean, they get an equal amount of whack back, you know. I mean, it's just what it's like. I have a tendency to really lay into ours quite a bit, you know, when we're out there, when we rehearse, you know.
What do you mean, lay into him as in what, having a go at him?
Oh, in his you know, just joking with him. He can be so vulnerable, you know, and I just love throwing things at him. Sometimes he catches it, sometimes he doesn't, and I just crack myself up, you know. I don't know what it is, and it's always been there, and it'll be there till the day we die, you know.
I'll tell you what, Bill, it's been a privilege talking to you, and I do appreciate it.
No, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Thanks very much. All the best for the future.